Hello, class, and welcome to, you know what? What is this thing doing? There. That's how it should be. I'm learning something new here with my software. All right. I'm moving this over here. Actually, I could just leave it here. I'm still getting questions about how to do headings and how to organize your papers. So I'm going to walk through what I would do, how I would approach this assignment. Actually, this is the second time I'm recording this. My first one ran 24 minutes. I know that won't get watched. So I'm going to try to get it under 10 minutes here because I wrote this while I was doing that other one. Anyway, it says 8 to 10 page paper. Remember, your title page, references page are outside of that 8 to 10 pages, so it's 10 to 12 pages total. It says define the research question and a hypothesis, summarize the literature, explain the types of data. Okay. So I did that over here with as an example, and I'm just going to go through and explain what I did over here on this other side in a Word document. So a written research proposal. There's my title. I put the page numbers up here. Title, page stuff, name, university, blah blah blah, all that stuff, and then right here I inserted a page break. You do that by going Insert, Pages, Page Break, and select that, and it will give you a new page. So that gave me a new page. My page numbering is in the header where it's supposed to be, and I repeated the heading, I repeated the title right here. That's what you're supposed to do in an APA student paper. Repeat the title. Written research proposal, written research proposal. And then you go right into an introduction. You don't use a heading for the introduction. You just dive right in and introduce it. So this is the introduction to my paper. The purpose is to tell you what I'm going to tell you. Rock on. Then I have a top level heading, defining the proposed research. Ooh, 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 ooh. Right there. Defining the research questions and a hypothesis. So I'm going to define the proposed research. Summary of why I went this direction. What was my interest in pursuing this? And then I have a second level heading called research questions, because that's right here in what it wants, right? Right there. And then, so question number 1 and question number 2, whatever those questions are, there they are. And then a hypothesis. State the hypothesis and null hypothesis if appropriate. You look through your chapters on this and decide if that's what you need to do. So there we go. Once you get that done, and I would bet this whole section right here is probably going to be a page to a page and a half when you fill out all this stuff. Okay? So this summary, at least a paragraph. This summary is at least a paragraph. So this is going to go a page and a half. State the hypothesis and then provide some rationale. Support what you're telling me, all right? Depth and detail. Enough detail to make me go, yeah, okay, I get that hypothesis. That makes sense. Then the next big section of the paper, summarize the literature. Well, we call that a literature review. All right. The literature review is not an annotated bibliography. That's not what you're doing here. You're reviewing the concepts that you're wanting to research to see what the literature says about those concepts. All right? This is the idea here. So you're not giving me an annotated bibliography. And then leaving it to me to figure out why it's relevant. No. So if my paper was about school discipline, I would want to do an overview of school discipline. And I said references needed, historical roots in discipline, and then school discipline in other cultures. I think that would be kind of a neat thing because maybe there are discipline methods in other cultures that you believe could be relevant and work great here, but they're not used here. And maybe that's the reason why you're doing this research in the first place. Maybe. I'm kind of making this up as I'm going along, but this is kind of where my brain would take me if I was going to do a paper on school discipline. Okay, so there's two big areas where I need some references to support my ideas and what I want to say about school discipline. And within each of these two types of references, I might have 2 or 3 references. Could be very easy, and it would be easy to tie them in. All right. Current approaches to discipline. Awesome. Research questions needed. PBIS. It's all over the place. My own opinion. I have not seen it implemented properly anywhere. I'm going to leave the soapbox over there. I won't go there. Anyway, other approaches. What other approaches are there? What else could be done? And there's a million references out there, but find references that contradict each other. Because maybe that supports your proposal for research. That contradiction says we don't know everything yet. Right? Okay, next up, missing components. State, and this is kind of what I was talking about, and this is where you want to put that information. Missing components. State why the current research does not effectively answer the questions proposed in this research. Justify your research proposal. And this is maybe one of the most important paragraphs or 2 paragraphs out of your whole paper. If you were structuring your paper to talk about school discipline. What's missing in the literature review and the core research that's been done to this point on your topic? Next up, proposed methodology. Start off talking about ethics. What's the ethical approach you need to use in gathering data? In making sure no students are harmed in the kind of research you're proposing, that nobody, no teachers, no staff, no school district, and no students and no families, no parents, nobody is harmed in the course of you conducting this research. Okay, especially if you're looking at school discipline and discipline records. Tread very carefully, right? So data type and collection, what kinds of data are you using, and what's the collection method? How will the data remain anonymous? How will you guarantee that nobody will connect the dots and say, I know what this discipline issue was about, or I know why this category of discipline was so great. It's because little Johnny staged a revolt, or I don't know. Hopefully not that. Moving on, data analysis. How are you going to interpret that data? How will you analyze it? What statistics are you going to use? And I know the rubric says what kind of statistical software will you use. That's getting maybe a little bit too deep. Maybe if you wanted to, you could just say SPSS will be used to conduct statistical analysis on this data set. All right, and then your last main heading. And by the way, top level heading, second level, second level, second level. If you needed third level, you could. And then lastly, conclusion. Tell me what you told me. Wrap it all up. Summarize it and wrap it all up and just tell me what you told me. I know, boring, redundant. Yup, kind of is. I'm doing pretty good though. 9 minutes and 18 seconds into this, we're doing all right. So and that's the whole thing. And then after you've told me what you told me, you will go insert page break to give yourself a brand new page. I did not just type references right down here. I gave myself a page break so that references would go on its own page. This is what you need to do. And then you type out your references, which, like I said, if you follow what I'm doing, it would be very easy to have 6 to 10 references on this. Very, very, very easy. So do that. Do that. Hit insert page break. Get your references in. Get references, and I mean good references, not blogs. Not give me research. Get in that library and give me some research-based references from quality academic journals. Okay? Find stuff that they're missing that supports your idea for research here. All right. That should do it. I hope this makes sense. This very, very minimal outline here would totally flesh itself out with my writing or your writing as you address every single component. And those of you who followed this basic idea in doing your discussion posts each week, you're proof to me that you get it. And you know, take the prompt, put it in the discussion post, and then directly address that prompt. It's the same thing over here on this, you know, on this paper. You're doing the same thing. You're making your own prompts in the form of headings, subheadings, and even third level headings. And then you address those items. And you cite your sources and tie all of it together and make it relevant. Okay, now I'm up to 12 minutes and I'm going to quit. Strong suggestion, bump that speed up to 1.5x and turn on the captions. Okay, that's all I got. Hopefully this helps some of you who struggle with figuring out how to do your writing. Don't just start writing. Get your crap together with a plan first, like this. Plan it, and you plan it by using your headings and setting your headings first. This is how you do it. Okay, that's it. I'm out. Have an awesome week. Questions, comments, concerns, you know what to do. Shoot me an email. I'll catch you guys later. Bye.